Hudson.
What's the transition been like and this spring been like for you at Auburn?
It's been awesome. I love Auburn. It's great weather all the time. Oklahoma's very windy, especially this time of the year, so it's been nice to punt in some better weather, to be honest. But yeah, all the coaches, everyone's been super friendly. It's been a great transition for me. Everyone's actually made it pretty seamless for me, to be honest. Obviously, I didn't really know anyone from here, and obviously Coach Burns leaving as well. The one person I did know wasn't here, so yeah, it was an interesting sort of process for me, but I've loved every minute of it.
How did you get on Auburn? I mean, how did you kind of catch on?
So I entered the portal. I sort of thought there might be some good opportunities out there for me to come play, hopefully in the SEC. And Coach Burns reached out probably less than 3 hours after entering the portal. He must have been sitting there refreshing his page, I reckon. So, and then, you know, it was a pretty quick transition into a visit, I think a week or two later. And then once I visited here, I knew that I wanted to come here. It was, I like the smallish town vibe. I'm from a town of like 2,000 people, so it's not like that small, but it's a smaller town. I didn't want to go to a big city or anything, so.
The fact that Auburn had a good record with Aussie
hunters,
is a good thing too.
Yeah, and Oscar was a big help in helping me make my decision. I met him on the visit, and I'd talked to him a little bit on social media and stuff like that. So it's good having those connections with other Aussies across. You know, you're always talking to other Aussies from other schools and stuff, and talking about their experiences, because it's amazing how different your experiences can be from the West Coast to the East Coast to the South. And so yeah, I've got a mate at Oregon right now, I've got a mate at Miami, yeah, it was good to have Oscar in my corner to sort of ask a few questions too. He was a bit of a sounding board for me.
What do you feel like your strengths are as a punter?
My strengths are definitely controlling the location of my punts and being consistent. I like to pride myself on, you know, without boring you guys too much with punting stuff, but the op time and everything of being able to get off, because there's some, you know, big blokes coming at you, especially in the SEC. They're going to be coming after me, so I've got to get rid of that ball before I get flattened. But that's really been the big thing for me, is that I've just been able to be, so far in my career, quite consistent, and I'm, you know, looking to keep improving on that every day.
You enjoying your video series that you're doing?
Yeah, it's fun. I sort of had no idea. I was a bit of like a deer in the headlights in the first one, because I didn't really know. There's a bunch of camera angles and stuff. We did a little bit of it at Oklahoma State, but it wasn't with the school. It was just like independently. And then the media guys here, they were like, you know, the fans would probably enjoy something like that. And then, you know, it just sort of snowballed from there, and we've been able to have some good guests on there. There's some big ones coming up, so
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. I think we've got Jackson Arnold on in a couple of weeks, so I'm excited for everyone to see that.
Was it a fairly quick process of choosing Auburn? I felt like you came on the visit and it was like...
Yeah, I signed like the day after my visit, so as I said, when I came here, I was like, this place is great. There's nothing, like I couldn't fault it in any way. Really enjoyed meeting Freeze and all the other coaches, and Paxton Montgomery was a really big support in trying to. He's a special teams analyst, and him and Burns, we all got along really well. And my brother came over for it, and we just felt like it was going to be the best fit for me. There were some other schools up there, but I was pretty sold once I'd been here that this is where I wanted to come.
What did you know about Auburn before you decided to come here for your visit?
Not much. I knew. Okay, so this is actually a funny story. So, I came from Australia, so I didn't really know anything about college football before I came over. Like when I committed to Oklahoma State, I didn't know who Gundy was. I didn't really like know anything. So one of my friends from Oklahoma from Oklahoma State. He was a quarterback there, and I said I was going on a visit here, and he goes, "Oh, let me know if you see Cam Newton." And I was like, "Who's Cam Newton?" And he just threw his water bottle at me. He's like, blokes like you are so annoying, because, you know, it's not that I didn't appreciate it. I just I hadn't really grown up with like all that sort of stuff. I'd never followed college football until I came over here. So I know who he is now. Respect him. Yeah, so I didn't really know a lot. I knew Sipos was here. because I'd listened to a few podcasts with him in it. And to be honest, like when I first was like in Australia and I was looking at schools that I might want to come to, I was looking up schools, and because I knew who Sipos was, I looked up Auburn and I was like, that'd be a cool place to go. But then I saw Oscar had like 3 years left and I was like, oh, damn, like no chance. And he was doing really well, but yeah, as the stars aligned, it ended up that I eventuated here anyway, so which is, you know, really cool.
How old were you when you decided, when you first had that thought that, hey, I might want to go to the States and play college football?
It was about 6 months before I came over here. So I was 20 when the opportunity first came up, and it wasn't through me realizing the dream. It was more of like I had a certain skill set, and some of my friends in Pro Kick came along, and they were like, we think you've got some skills in the area, do you want to do it? And I took a while to decide, because obviously I wanted to play footy my whole life, and which is Australian football, AFL, and I was like, I don't know, I don't want to give up my dream for a sport I don't know about. And the coaches at Pro Kick were like, how much do you know about American football? And I was like, Tom Brady. I've watched his highlights on YouTube. And that was about it. So I've come a long way. I had to go through a bit of a classroom sort of thing with Pro Kick and learning the rules and whatnot, and I'm still on the sidelines sometimes just going, what was that flag for, or what was this flag for? But yeah, I like to think I'm pretty across it now, but yeah.
What is the transition and adjustment like going from, I mean, really a whole new sport, you know, like you just talked about?
To America, or just into football?
Just from going from, you know, Australian rules football to American football?
Well, there's really no similarities except for that I kick a ball. The Australian football, I should have brought one with me, it's in my locker, but there's it's like a lot more round, it's a bit bigger. The American football's like a lot more pointy and a smaller sweet spot, so it's quite an adjustment to make. You've got to hold the ball different, you've got to swing at the ball different, especially because I'm a left footer. We lefties tend to swing across their body a lot more, but not me. I've had to get that out of my habits, because that's been a thing that can honestly be a downfall, because swinging across the body, this is more punning talk, which is boring, but you miss the sweet spot and it's harder to, like, your good ball's really good, but then if it goes wrong, it's terrible. So I've had to try and just keep everything straight up and down, which is...
It's kind of a myth that it's tougher to catch a punt from a lefty punter. Do you believe in that?
No, it's not a myth. It's real. It's real. Just ask the boys. Malcolm and Eric and whoever else is doing the returning. I think they're finding that, because they've been catching Oscar's punt. Well, not Eric, but Malcolm's been catching Oscar's punts for however long he's been here, and he said, I mean, it's just like a receiver asking, like a left-handed quarterback. Like it just, the way it shapes is very different. So I think it is a little different. And I've had 3 or 4 muffed in my career, so I'll take it, and I hope I have more.
You carry your Aussie football around a lot. You're trying to teach guys that game, kind of show them.
Yeah, anyone who cares. They usually just tease me about it. They're just like, oh, you want to go for a kick, mate? I'm like, but I carry it around a little bit. You kick some goals here and there, but yeah, no one. A few of the guys ask questions, but then once they've had that conversation, they don't really care to have a kick with me, unfortunately. Except for Reed. Reed Hughes has a bit of a kick, but he went to Australia and he was kicking on the beach and stuff. He told me so. Allegedly, yeah. I don't know how good he was, but yeah.
Does the background in footy come in handy on the football?
Yeah, it does. So footy is like a 360 sport, so you can get tackled from any angle, and it's like very continuous. You can't have what's the word? You can get tackled from any angle, and it's like free flowing. So I feel like at times where there's some pressure coming your way, I think footy, what you've learned is to use your peripheral and see if anyone's coming and maybe avoid some. Against UCF, I had to use that last year. It was like a monsoon coming down. It was terrible. The heaviest rain I've ever seen in my life in Florida, and the ball got snapped along the ground. I had to run around a few blokes, but it's yeah, because as I said, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get hit by any of those guys. They're a lot heavier and a lot meaner than me.
Are you gonna be moving when you kick here? You know, because sometimes punters just stand still.
Yeah, a bit of both. We got to keep them guessing. We don't want to. Yeah, bit of both, and they can try and guess, but they're probably going to be wrong. Hopefully.